So a molecule has or may have been that's needed for life. Astronomers using the James Clerk Maxwell telescope, I think in Hawaii, have possibly detected a molecule which may be, I said needed for life, which may be produced only by life if it's in high quantities, but it's something called phosphine. Phosphine, okay? It's so. Well, I want to do a video on this, not whether or not there's life in Venus or not, because it's far too early. This has not been, I don't think, completely confirmed. I think it's maybe very low levels, but it's at high levels. Only biological sources known to produce levels that are high, but I think it's actually only been detected at very low levels. Anyway, phosphine. This is something my degree covered. So this is our. So it's a molecule which is, from that angle is 93.5 degrees, and that's. So phosphine is a phosphate with 3 hydrogens coming off it. This is actually used in a number of organic reactions. It's so in order to make ketones and aldehydes, into alkenes, use something called the Wittig reaction. So you get, that's the ketone aldehyde, okay? That's the ketone or aldehyde there. Plus, that's R3. So this intermediate is our the triphenylphosphine oxide is this, which is okay. So it's a bit like the phosphine, where you have a phosphate, but instead of 3 hydrogens coming off it, there's 3 phenol groups, 3 benzene rings coming off it, which I showed in the previous video, and then oxygen. So this is an organic chemistry reaction. So aldehyde ketone plus this Ylids molecule gets converted to intermediate, the butane, and then that breaks down to the alkene triphenylphosphine oxide, which is this thing. Okay. So early analysis of data from Venus showed phosphine at levels which are not explained by non-biological or abiotic processes. But reanalysis has shown the levels are actually much lower at are very low. I think 1 to 4 parts per billion. So at high levels, there's no known non-biological processes that can make them. So it made everybody think maybe there's life, but I think the reanalysis showed those errors in the first analysis, and actually the levels are very low. I think this needs to be repeated though, from what I read, but it's apparently the authors first said there's no phosphine, and then they made another statement saying there's very low levels of phosphine. But anyway, it's so is there life on Venus? Nobody knows. Does phosphine exist? Possibly, but at very low levels. But it needs to be retested. So this was an Astrophysical Journal 2020 by the author and about 20 others, et al. Et al. Is Latin for and others. It's Latin. You taught that in my degree. You write et al. In italics, will underline it, for and others. So, but in an astrophysical journal, astrophysics. So yeah, that's what I really wanted to go over. Apparently phosphine can be made from decaying organic material. That's R3C. So yeah, maybe I should put it the other way around so it's a bit more. We tend to read from left to right in Western countries, not right to left. So that's phosphine, triphenylphosphine oxide. Okay, when I first heard this in the news, I was remembering the Ylids creating the Wittig reaction, this Ylid molecule. I remember my second year organic chemistry. So yeah, no life known in Venus, possible detection at very low levels of a molecule which may be produced, which can be produced by life, but it's too low level to be produced by life, so we don't know yet. It needs more work. But I think unlikely to be life there is the detection. The concentration levels are too low.